It's showtime, folks. Welcome in, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. On this Tuesday, we are live today at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel, hanging out, having a good time, watching the SEC move in. I was off yesterday, and I hear the internet went out, so my evil plan worked. That's good.
Right?
You know,
God,
and when people called to ask what to do, I didn't answer, so it was great.
Job, man. They knew you were off, though, buddy. So welcome back in.
We have a saying. It's called FITFO. I'll let you figure out what it stands for.
It is now 9:02 in the city, and no Aaron Rodgers, and I'm really getting upset.
Buddy, that ain't happening.
Because now I'm
telling
hearing
you right
Steelers and Giants have gotten to some sort of bidding war for him, allegedly. So I guess Andrew's going to be correct. It's going to be Mac Jones rolling into town, and then another 3-14 season. That's great.
Or Russell Wilson.
God, just man.
I mean, or I mean, here's the other thing, Titans fans. Have you started to come to grips that your starting quarterback to at least start the season next year might be Will Levis?
Right?
Because that.
But if they sign Mac Jones, I'm telling you, the starting quarterback and in September, first game, is Cam Ward. Yeah. They're not going to let if Mac Jones beats Cam Ward, oh my gosh. Cam Ward's your starting quarterback in September.
Well,
if they don't sign Aaron Rodgers.
Here's the deal. I still stand by, even if they were to sign Mac Jones or Daniel Jones or whoever, I would still say if you draft Cam Ward, let him sit.
You can say that all you want.
Yeah.
But he ain't sitting. The guy ain't sitting. Mac Jones is not your answer. I don't understand this. Also, and Jared brought this up yesterday, which I thought was a fantastic, but he's the first I heard talk about this, so I'll give Jared credit. These deals the Titans signed, Chad Brinker.
Oh, yeah.
There's no Borgonzi anywhere.
Yeah.
So I didn't think much about it. Then later I'm thinking, this organization loves titles.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
You got an offensive coordinator who's never called a play in his life, yet he's an offensive coordinator, and yet people want to talk to him. Doesn't call plays. Now you got a general manager whose name is nowhere to be found in these signings, and it's just a bit odd to me that there is no Borgonzi name anywhere. So what's your title? What are you? And that just confuses me even more. So I don't know. This whole team confuses me.
Yeah. With that, let's get to our contestants. Dr. Crane, if you would. That's not okay.
Ew. Yeah.
All right.
Love this.
That's not what I was going for.
Love it. Love the planning behind this.
I must have misread the text.
You generally do, and we love you for it. Can you have a game show song ready? Not the game, Triple A.
I can.
Oh, man. Can we restart?
Station standby.
Affiliates, we're to hold.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. My goodness.
That was awesome. A game. I said, hey, I want to do something funny and not tell Joe. Can you have a game show theme ready? And he went with the game, Triple H. That was even better.
Oh my.
All right, just forget it. Let's get to this. The Titans have signed a fella named Dan Moore Jr. Now he sounds like he's my accountant. And look, I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. When they signed him, I was Mr. Burns and said, "Who the devil are you?" Obviously, there's some numbers floating around about him. You know, some are calling it an overpay to get him, which it looks like that's exactly what it is. But you probably had to do that. And now J.C. Latham will move from the left side to the right side, and they have their left tackle.
Oh, but wait, Chase, he spent all last year telling us that J.C. Latham was a left tackle.
To be fair, the person that was telling us that is no longer employed by the Tennessee Titans.
Also, the day of the draft, the next day, remember we had a certain football coach
We
on
did.
who said he's not a left tackle. If you've always played right tackle, you're right. The difference between left tackle and right tackle is night and day. He goes, I would plug him at right tackle, but I know that's not what the fans want to hear. I was like, well, that's a pretty good insight right there. So, well, now you got your left tackle and your right tackle.
I'm just gonna let this play. He's because he finally got it.
Yeah.
He's proud. He's proud of himself. So I'm just gonna let it play for a
What's the name of this game show? Pick a player.
second.
Who's the proper
Come on
fits?
down. You're the next contestant on the Titans football team.
But so when they signed this guy from the Steelers, I walk in the control room and David James is laughing. I'm like, what's so funny? He's like, the tweets coming out of Pittsburgh on this signing are basically saying this guy is an awful player. Then you read all the tweets of the people in Pittsburgh and they hated him. And some of the people that run like blogs up there and whatever podcasts couldn't stand him.
Right.
And so now he's coming here to Nashville. But if they feel he's a guy, then he's going to do about it now.
Look, I have decided that I'm just whatever. You guys do you trust your process. I'm just gonna sit back. I'm gonna put my feet up and I'm going to just let it all play out.
You dropped the Ken Wisenhunt line on me, man, which is it's going to trust the process.
This trust process.
And then a year and a half into your tenure, you're fired.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm just going to see what all happens with it and just kind of go from there.
Why can't they sign Aaron Rodgers and just be done with it and make me happy? That's it.
Dude, he's not coming here. In fact,
I don't
Benjamin
need that
says glad
negativity.
Chase is back to bring Joe back to reality. Rodgers isn't coming here.
I think it's ridiculous. All right.
I think Russell Wilson has a chance. I saw that out there yesterday. Rodgers isn't coming here.
Why do you like Russell Wilson so much?
I don't like Russell Wilson. I'm just telling you the
Okay, I'll
rumor.
make
now.
sure and tell him that later on.
Yeah, I mean,
Russell's not coming here because Golden Tate's here and they'll start fighting again.
they did start fighting.
They do not get along with each other. And Golden Tate lives down in Franklin, so we'll see what happens with all that. I mean, Mac Jones. I mean, Titans fans, you were laughing at it. He was a disaster in New England. What changed your mind on Mac Jones, or did it?
No, I don't think anybody's mind has changed. I just think it's called acceptance.
That's a terrible way to love your
I mean,
football team.
and that's just kind of where everybody's at this point, accepting the crap.
So we'll basically know when they sign Mac Jones that Cam Ward's their guy. We'll pretty much.
I would think so.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
I even think with Russell Wilson.
Oh man. All right. Well, I mean, it's
You know what my favorite thing is? I watched ESPN, I watched the NFL, all that yesterday. They didn't mention this team one time.
would you?
And then I go look on NFL.com, which team will select the first quarterback in the 2025 NFL draft? Please select the team. The Cleveland Browns, the Las Vegas Raiders, the New York Jets, or the New York Giants. The Titans have the first overall pick, and they're not even listed.
And they weren't listed. Oh,
It's like-
God.
It's like somebody with the NFL office is like, oh, yeah, Tennessee does have a team.
Look, all right, so broader, bigger point here. Nobody cares about this franchise. Nobody cares about this team. Only way you can do that is by winning games.
Yeah.
Right now, the quarterback that gives you the best chance to win games in 25 is Aaron Rodgers. It's that simple. And like I said yesterday,
But do you think they want to win games in 25?
I hope if they don't, I wouldn't. If there's that attitude, then I would not be a Titans fan. If you're out there and you're a Titans fan,
I mean,
just forget about it.
they're not going to say it like straight up like that. But I mean, everything they're doing kind of tells me that they're in rebuild, whether they want to say that or not, that they're in full on rebuild. And so it's, hey, we got the number 1 overall pick this year. We're going to tweak a little and add a little here and there. We're not going to go crazy in free agency. Maybe they keep the number 1 overall pick or maybe they trade back, but we're basically setting up to have a top pick next year too.
Do you want to tell your fan base that?
No, and they're not going to tell the fan base
Right.
that, but their actions are kind of showing me that that's where they're at.
I would come out and say, look, our goal every year is to win the Super Bowl. We're going to bring the best players we can. We're going to compete. The word rebuild should never be uttered by anybody with any kind of professional sports team, ever. It should be, hey, we're going to go full throttle in 25, bring the best players we can. Maybe we know we got a little ways to go, but damn it, we're going to fight every – and I'd be like, yeah, there we go. I like that. But if I'm Amy Adams, and I'm not because I'm Joe Dubin, I would say Aaron Rodgers in here. Let's build it around him. Let's see what we can do. Energize his fan base in the city and go from there. You got nothing to lose.
So far, the Titans have signed offensive tackle Dan Moore Jr. to a 4-year deal. They re-signed Sebastian Joseph Day, a defensive lineman, which I don't hate that.
Right.
I liked him. He was
Yeah.
good. They signed linebacker Cody Barton. I believe he was with Denver last year, to a 3-year, $21 million contract, and then re-signed their long snapper Morgan Cox to a deal as well. So that
Did
is
they
what
sign Otis Reese?
they said. Yeah, Otis
Okay.
Reese and then Rupchich as well.
Okay.
So those aren't listed here, but they got that.
Okay, well, that's a guy. You have some pieces there who know how the game works over there at St. Thomas, and they plug and play guy. That's fine. I'm all for that. But it's just, and look, don't be looking for a huge splash. You got that last year, and it got you nowhere. So I'm just on board with it. And one guy in here, and he tweeted, didn't tweet it. Let me read this real quick. This is Aaron Rodgers. Last year, this is what he wants in a football team. And I found this very interesting, as my phone won't work here real quick, but I got it for you, Chaser. Aaron Rodgers says, my thing is, number one, team first, always have humility. Number two, no excuses, no complaining. Number three, always be on time and be prepared. Number four, be a good teammate. Those are Aaron Rodgers' maxims, as you want to say if you're a Tennessee football fan, balls. So that's him last year. So come here and do it, Aaron. Bring that attitude to Nashville. Let's have some fun this fall. Let's have it.
You can keep dreaming, but I don't think it's going to happen.
But why? Why is it not going to happen?
I don't know.
Why? I mean, if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're looking at Pittsburgh or the Giants, which would be funny if you go, look, the Giants might be worse than the Titans. At least come here and have some fun. Pittsburgh, do you want to face that Ravens defense and the Bengals are going to be good and the Browns are going to be a little bit better with Myles Garrett? Or come here to the division, which is shipping out guys left and right, and Jacksonville's terrible. Houston's let Laramie Tunsil go for some reason, which I don't understand. And then you have the Colts, they just lost their tackle.
They've
left
lost
tackle.
like half their offensive line.
So you got a great shot at getting to the playoffs in 2025 if you're the Titans, if you do it right. And by doing it right is bringing in Aaron Rodgers.
615-737-1025. We're up and running here on a Tuesday. What do you think of the Titans' moves so far to this point? We will take your calls and texts. Brought to you, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines today here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
biggest tackle deal we have seen. I know a lot of people watching this are like, who the heck is Dan Moore? Most people have no idea. He is very good. Very, very good, mostly anonymous. Part of the reason you don't really know is because if you're a good left tackle there, you got to spot shadow him. If you're a good left tackle and people haven't heard of you, that means you're not getting beat a lot. The Tennessee Titans had a significant need on the left side of their offensive line.
That was Ian Rappaport yesterday, NFL Network. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 the game. Here on this Tuesday, live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, having a great time there. Listen, whenever I hear a clip like that, and I hear somebody go, look, I know you've never heard of them, but let me tell you, they're good. Generally, I'm going to go, yeah, no, they're not. But
Okay.
like in hockey, like Jared all the time says, if I haven't heard of a hockey player, then they must suck. He doesn't know half of the hockey players, so I'm going to say that doesn't apply. But like this guy, I mean,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who's the left tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles?
yeah, Lane Johnson.
Is that who it is?
I think it's Lane Johnson.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a lot of players out
Right.
there that
And,
we don't know.
and that was my point.
Right.
Like with offensive linemen, like they're not household names.
No, you don't know, and that's fine. Look, if they saw something in him and the way he blocks and the way he does, is he a good teammate? Does he show up? Does he work hard? All right, that's good. Again, the bottom line is, to all you nerds out there who love analytics, it's the tape. It's what I see on Sundays. That's it. You can talk about how you show up to practice on time and you work your butt off, but are you a good player? They had 17 games last year to see if Dan Moore Jr. was good, and 17 the year before.
Lane Johnson's the right tackle.
Sorry, though, but you get my gist. You got it.
Yeah.
So they had time to look and evaluate him. So if they fit, he's a good fit. Then he's a good fit. That's it. Doesn't care what we think. It's what the Titans brass think about it. If he's a good player, bring him in here and hope he is the best. Hope he is what they think he is. I got no problem with that, because you got to have an offensive line. Flip JC Latham over to right tackle, and then you got your tackles. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Skoronski is getting a little bit better. Cushenberry is allegedly supposed to be a good center, and then you find a right guard. You find a right guard somewhere, somehow, some way, and then you're good to go.
Well, Freeze just signed with Minnesota, so he's off the board.
Hugh Freeze?
Yes, I will Freeze. I will say with guard, I do kind of subscribe to Floyd's old analogy. Like you can find him, you can draft that, So
they've done well with that.
Well, no, I mean Nate Johnson was pretty good. Nate Davis. Yeah, Nate Davis.
He was a good plug and play, but then they kind of exposed him. And the Bears look,
you can laugh all you want. Radence was serviceable last year because I think Bill Callahan made him that way. So, I mean, do they bring him back?
He's under contract. I'd bring him back.
No, he's not under contract.
Oh, he's not?
Agent. Yeah.
Okay. Well, they got Rupsich.
Yeah, Rupsich.
Is he a guard?
He's a swing guy.
Okay. Oh, is he? Does he live in West Haven?
No. I knew you were going to do that.
Oh, man. But no, you hope you'll be able to find a guard somewhere. I'm with you on that. But look, all this is just psychobabble until we find a quarterback. Let me ask you this, Chase. You, whoever's in charge of the Brinker, right? Not Borgonzi, says, all right, Chase, we're tied. We're 5-5. You're the deciding vote. Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers? We need your opinion right now. Who are you taking?
I mean, in that sense, I'd take Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you.
But
what do you mean that sense?
Yeah, I mean, if it's those two that I have to choose from, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
Yeah, he's more accomplished.
He's not coming here, is he?
No. They both have won Super Bowl.
They have.
So.
Isn't that crazy? Rodgers went to one Super Bowl in Green Bay. I think they went to.
No, he went to.
No, one.
I thought they went to two and lost one.
No, they won in 2010. That was it.
Against Pittsburgh?
I think, at Jerry's World. I think he went to, is it 7 NFC Championship games?
They went to a bunch. Yeah.
Russell beat him 1 year, and they lost like 3 or 4. His last spot there when he was in Green Bay. So I don't – it's just crazy to think about. I mean, he did win. Russell went to 2, lost 1.
Aaron's been to 5 and has only been to 1 Super Bowl.
5.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. So, would you rather be? Here's a great question for Titans fans. Would you rather be your team right now, be in the position you're in, a lot of unknown, you have the number 1 overall pick, but you have no idea what direction they're going to go with it, and you have all you have is questions at quarterback, or would you rather be the San Francisco 49ers that have pretty much told you, hey, we're blowing it up, that we've gone on this run where we've gone to Super Bowls, we haven't quite gotten over the hump yet, but we've been to 2 in this era with Kyle Shanahan, but now we're going to blow it up.
They did re-sign Jordan Mason from Gallatin.
Right.
Look, everything ends. Everything comes to an end. Every window gets shut.
And I feel like San Francisco's kind of shown us now twice that they know when to shut it because they can reopen it pretty quick.
So who went? Debo went to Washington.
Yeah, they cut Juszczyk. I think they're trying to trade Ayuk.
They got to pay Purdy after this year.
Well, I think they're trying to decide if they want to do that or not. Because that is the one thing in this whole run is they've had guys like Jimmy Garoppolo and then Purdy that have gotten them to the dance, but they couldn't close it.
The NFC West might be worse than the AFC South now. Arizona is never going to be a contender.
No.
Josh Sweat signed with them. I'm like, take care. We'll never hear from you again.
Yeah.
But he got paid. Oh, that's great, but we'll never hear from you again.
Kyler's disappointing.
Yeah, so they're done.
Seattle. Now the Rams, I don't know. They're older.
Cooper Kupp's gone.
But they just signed Devontae Adams.
What has he done? He's bitched everywhere he's been. He bitched with the Raiders, bitched in New York.
All the highlights they showed of Aaron Rodgers yesterday on ESPN was throwing a touchdown pass to him. And he was with the Jets for half a season.
Right.
The offense did get better when he got there. So
they got Stafford, so you're good there with Stafford. But that's I don't know, man. If they're going to do it, blow it up and let it go. But you still got a good quarterback in Purdy, and then
Seattle just signed
Sam Darnold, but they got no receivers,
right?
They have nobody there, so it's not that great of a division. That's why I would love the divisions. If you're going to get to the playoffs and you're an Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, what's the easiest path? AFC South is the easiest path to get back to the playoffs. And that's what it's all about. It's getting in. Anything can happen. They got a chance, an opportunity to do it right here, and I don't think they will. That's just me.
Justin in Greenbrier says the Titans have been so bad at roster construction lately that fans just don't trust any of the moves they're making. So,
here it is. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Crane. 49ers in free agency. Aaron Banks to the Packers, Charvarius Ward to the Colts, yada, yada, yada. And then Josh Dobbs to the Patriots. They got 2 Tennessee quarterbacks now who aren't good.
Yeah.
So, well.
Oh, yeah. Vrabel's getting all the people he liked. Landry.
Yep. Dobbs.
There was somebody else they signed too that
Cody
Hollister.
Hollister. Who was
Landry?
the linebacker? Yeah, I said Landry. Who was the linebacker that he was with the Raiders that they just signed?
Oh, Spillane. Yeah, he's like the detective name.
Yeah, but he was here.
Yeah,
and he liked him.
NWI.
He's probably next. If I had to guess.
Also, can we get rid of the legal tampering? Just let it go on Mondays.
Yeah.
Just let it go. We already know everything. Hell, it started coming out late Sunday night.
49ers to depart in free agency so far. Aaron Banks goes to the Packers, Tre'Davious Ward to the Colts, Hufanga to the Broncos, Dre Greenlaw, Jalen Moore, Elijah Mitchell, Josh Dobbs, and then Kyle Juszczyk being released.
Will you read the second name under Aaron Banks again?
Charvarius Ward.
Okay, you said it right this time.
Okay, what did I say?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know where that's from.
Oh, man.
Shadarius. My bad.
Oh,
we're live today at the Omni. We're live today at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, having a good time. For sure. We'll continue the faux show. We'll continue the discussion on Titans and the free agency. Coming up next, Jason Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
gentlemen, here on pivotal week 8 of the NFL season. Now stay tuned for 6 hours of exciting football action.
Well, bye-bye, belt.
Chase and Big Show 1025 1063 the game on this Tuesday. NFL free agency underway, and yes, Homer is very excited about that. I never know where these are going, but I always laugh. Join 1025 1063 the game for the SEC watch parties. We broadcast live from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Mellow Mushroom on Broadway tomorrow, Assembly Food Hall on Thursday, and then the Pub in the Gulch on Friday. Our on-site coverage of the SEC tournament is brought to you by Toyota, Guinness, thenewcumberland.com, Volunteer Hose and Gasket, and Sloan's Motorcycle ATV. For more details, just visit theGameNashville.com/events. So we're not in the studio all week.
We're
It'll be
not.
fun.
We'll miss you, Dr. Crane, but you're in our hearts.
I
That's right.
appreciate it, gentlemen.
You
Likewise.
you were in our tots and pairs. So we will have that with you.
Thanks,
all right.
Joe.
All right. So we have a little fun right now. If the question we threw out the show. So there's this plan to rename Nashville's airport. You seen this?
Yeah.
After President Trump. All right. I don't care where you stand politically. I don't care. I think it's a terrible idea to rename an airport. But if you're going to do it, what would you rename the Nashville airport?
Oh,
Non-political figures. We don't care about your
yeah,
politics.
just anybody. Yeah, yeah. just
Non-political. What I'm gonna throw it out there. If I'm renaming the Nashville Airport, I'm gonna make it simple. It's gonna become the Barbara Mandrell International Airport.
Okay.
We love Barbara Mandrell. I mean, she's still sleeping single in a double bed, and she was country before country was cool.
She was.
So Barbara Mandrell. Who are you naming the Chase McCabe? Name the airport.
I will name it the Pat Summit International Airport.
Now you go and do a good one. That's about as good as it gets right there. I'd go all for that all day long.
Pat Summit International Airport.
Dr. Crane?
I'm going with Hobbs International Airport. That's what I'm going with.
Or for Johnny Hobbs?
Yes, indeed.
Do you owe him money or something?
Not at all. Not at all.
Is he listening? John Hobbs, are you listening this morning?
I don't believe he is.
It better be.
It's the Donaldson Mafia. Of course he's listening to the show this
Probably
morning.
rolling out of bed.
No, this guy, I don't think he sleeps, man. He works like 19 hours a day. So that's a question.
Okay.
Let us know. We're still doing free agency and Titans and all that good stuff. I want to have just a little fun about there's this thing out here to rename the Nashville International Airport after the president. We're doing non-political. We want to know who you would name the airport after.
Pat Summit.
Chase wins. Kind of shuts it all down for us.
Sorry.
Out of the gate with Pat Summit. You don't get better than that. Like, Ralph Emery International would be good.
Emory would be good. I'm just trying to think of
Middle
you-
Tennessee legends.
you could go, well, one that just left, the Eddie George International Airport. Eddie George going to Bowling Green. Congrats to him. No,
Yeah.
I'm
No, you're right.
joking.
He's only an hour up the road, so it's not like he's leaving us, right? Over at Bowling Green.
Not quite. Before you text in, he's joking.
Yeah,
okay.
right. Oh my goodness.
Here we go. They're all coming in. Dylan says the George Jones International Airport.
Oh yeah.
The logo is a riding lawnmower. Dylan
And then
Indiana.
if that's who tweeted that in,
Dylan.
Dylan. Plus, when planes are late, like George Jones was always late. Hey man, what do you expect? It's the George Jones Airport. No show Jones. Oh no, let me see this.
Should I read that one?
Yeah, absolutely you should.
1978 says the Megan Barry Old City Cemetery Airport.
You guys are the best. Yes.
Chip and Mount Juliet Music City International.
Chip, you're better than get more creative than that.
Andrew from Dover, the Air McNair International Airport.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
We got Jason from Mount Juliet and Jared from Spring Hill, both voting Dolly Parton.
Oh, how could we just
Yeah,
forget
that'd be
that?
good.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of like this one. 1382, the Grand Ole Airport.
Yes.
I like that. That's good.
That's what we're looking for. All right. The Grand Ole Airport. Yes.
Another one for Dolly. You must at least name one of the runways after Darrell Waltrip. That makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense.
I never thought about that. That's a great idea.
Lot of Dollies. Oh wow, this is good. 4987, Steve McNairport.
God, look, come on, this is so good. That's very good.
0960, the Wilma Rudolph International
Again,
Airport.
another solid one.
They're good. 615-737-1025. What would you name what would you name the airport if you were going to rename BNA?
What's the official? It's Barry Nashville
Barry
Airport.
Nashville, yeah.
All right,
Barry Field.
Barry Field.
Because that's what I mean, I don't know if they really recognize that name much anymore, but Barry Field was the name, and then it was Nashville Airport and then International. I mean, I think it's had like 3 terminals.
Right. Here's why AI sucks. It says B&A stands for brand new animal.
No, it doesn't.
Brand new animal airport. Okay, there.
7948, the wrestling fan, Jeff Jarrett International Airport.
Yes.
There you go.
Barry Field, the original name of Nashville International Airport, opened in 1937. The airport was used as a military base until 1946. And it says, didn't say anything after that. But no, it's not named after Megan Barry. So stop.
It is not. Tommy says, "Stay the hell away, International Airport."
Yeah, that's the best one. Don't come here. Airport. It's named after Colonel Harry Berry, a World War I veteran who served as Tennessee's something here. I couldn't click on it. That's what Barry Field's named after. I thought it was named after the property, but it was named after Harry Berry. In advancing aviation in the city of Nashville, 1939.
Brian says, "Amy Adams Airport. We don't care about your flight, just like we don't care about your team."
That'd be a quiet airport. It's named after Amy Adams because she never comes here.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Infrastructure International. Chuck McDowell International.
Oh man. Don't say it, Joe. Don't say it, Joe.
Nevada
Don't say it,
Josh.
Joe.
No Californians allowed international. Emergency landing only.
Keep your politics in California airport. We don't want it here.
Oh, keep these coming. UCAA, always under construction airport. It's like Briley Parkway.
But you know what, Dolly and George and Barbara, it makes you smile. I mean,
Yeah. 615-737-1025. What would you name Nashville International Airport? Who would you name it after? We're having some fun with this today. We'll get to your calls and all of that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game on this Tuesday. We're at the Omni. Dr. Crane back at the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. And, of course, we're presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. And taking your calls and your texts, our question of the day, if you were in charge of naming Nashville's airport, who would you name it after? 615-737-1025. A lot of you weighing in on this, and we'll keep you updated on the Titans and free agency, on if anything happens there. There's been a couple of trades that don't involve them, but let's see. Let me get that one for you. That just happened a few moments ago. The Eagles are trading safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson to the Texans in exchange for former first-round guard Kenyon Green plus a pick swap. So a couple of 6-rounders being swapped, but Gardner-Johnson going to the Texans now. So
And Derek Barnett is re-signed with the Texans on a 1-year, $5 million deal. They're busy.
yeah,
And they signed a receiver who from the Dolphins, who people know his significant other much more than him, Braxton Berrios.
yes,
His girlfriend, she's some famous influencer, like 100 million followers or something.
well, that's why yesterday when that move happened, Schefter goes, "My daughter cares very much about this."
right. So my daughter is the same way. She's like, "Hey, that guy from the Dolphins is going another place else." I was like, "Who?" And I looked up Braxton Berrios. Yeah.
Do you remember there was a show? There was a show on I think it was MTV, and there was a girl that was like was like the most famous girl on there, and she was engaged to a Eagles player that nobody had ever heard of, and he like got famous because of her.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, I forget. Kurt. I forget it.
Just make a name up,
Yeah.
buddy. He's 5'9", 180 pounds. I believe he's
Yeah, I mean, he's been around a while. Here we go. Matthew in Nashville he's already feeling it. Titans are going to destroy the Texans this season. Now that CJ has no O-line and Hannah McNair won't be able to run her mouth again. All right, so Matthew, let me ask you this question. What pass rush is going to destroy CJ Stroud?
right.
I mean, like, it's a serious question.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm all with you on this.
Yeah. Devin and Dixon, back to airport, says Woo Girl International Airport. Ken with a vote for DW, Darrell Waltrip. Okay. Joey, I know it's politics, but it's funny. And Harold Metal Henry alluded to this too. Bill Boner International.
Oh,
Airport.
yeah. He's out the game now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to lie? I'm sorry, take this.
6805 says Pothole International.
That's
You were
good.
going to tell a story.
I just remember you're too young when Bill Boner went on the Phil Donahue show in 1990 with his girlfriend Tracy Peel, right?
Yeah.
Like that what it was? And they played harmonica, and it was a fascinating moment in Nashville history, leaning to the side of embarrassment at that time. That's what it was. Sorry.
Yep. I'm just trying to keep up with some things here. 615-737-1025. Let's go to Eric on our phone line, driven by WilsonCountyHoney.com. Eric, what's your airport name?
Hey, somebody may have thrown this out already, but I've got a reason for naming this, of course, and I've been hearing different ones, but I would call it the Dolly Parton Airport because of Nashville's bustling metropolis.
Eric, it's a kid show. This is a kid show. How,
Oh, Eric, that's a good one, man.
damn it, how dare you do that?
Guys, y'all take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you,
take
Eric.
care too, Pumpkin.
Jeff says naming the airport after the Frist or Ingram family could be a real possibility. They got enough.
Right?
Are they paying for it?
No.
Yeah, they got
And
enough.
there's some committee on the state government, which is a renaming committee.
Name it after, just name it after someone famous that has made a difference.
I have not seen an Oprah Winfrey one.
Oprah would be good. Yeah.
That's come in here. Pat Summitt, Wilma Rudolph. I mean, all these are great.
What about Hank Williams?
He's more of a Montgomery boy.
Well, Hank Jr.
He listens every day out in
Yeah.
Paris, Tennessee. Hey, Bo Cephas, we love you, brother.
Instead of B&A, let's just change the letters to WSM International.
We could do that.
That'd be good.
The stay away from Nashville Airport is pretty good. I mean, if I'm Bill Gates, I would like, here, I'm going to give you $100 million so I can rename your airport. And then here's what I'm going to rename it.
Someone just asked me, Bill Boner is a real person, right? Was
He
he
is
a
a
mayor?
real person. Yeah. He's a mayor.
Yeah.
He was a congressman from
Right.
Nashville and became mayor of Nashville.
Yes.
Bill Boner went
He's
to
a-
East High School.
He's a real, yes.
And I
he's a
know
real
Bill, and he's a very good man.
person.
Wasn't a good mayor, but that's okay. But he's a very good man.
There you go. Here we go. Dylan, I'd rename the airport to Peyton Manning's forehead. That's a big landing strip.
He's like, man, the airport is, I'll take any questions.
Kevin from Union City, Bud Adams International Airport, with a picture of him giving everyone the bird at the arrival gate.
God, I wish somebody would pay for a double bird and put it just outside the stadium on somebody else's property where they can't take it down. Because I'm telling you, that was one of the best moments. I was there. They're playing the Bills. It was 2009. And he did the double birds. And I think Goodell was at that game. And it was November of 2009. And then immediately the pitchers started getting out there, Bud and the double birds.
Matthew in Nashville. I have a winner, Chase and Joe. Right tackle, International Airport.
Oh, we got a right tackle.
Here's the deal. If a right tackle becomes an all pro, they get the airport named after him.
For 1 year.
Yeah.
One
for
year.
1
Yeah.
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that plan.
David Stewart, did he make all pro when he was here?
I
He's
think
best
so.
right tackle ever.
Yeah.
All right. We should grandfather him in then for like a week.
He was really good. Runyon was really good. I mean, that was the thing. Like back in the day, that we didn't have these conversations about the O line.
Because nobody wants to play the O line anymore. That's
Right.
you go back. This has been trending for about 12 to 15 years. Nobody wants to play offensive line. I told you there's a high school coach in town. They went out for tryouts. They had like 28 guys line up a receiver and like 4 at offensive line. He had to go over and bring like 25 guys back over. Said, you're an offensive lineman. You're not a receiver. Nobody wants to play offensive line anymore. They don't, because you're not getting the money. You're not getting the glory. All you're doing is getting shamed. That's it.
Let's give something away before we get to the 10 o'clock hour. How about a pair of tickets to the St. Patty's party at Cannery Hall on Sunday, March 16th? That's this Sunday. You can you're now qualified if you win these tickets for an upgrade to VIP tickets as well. So you can call 615-737-1025. Caller number 3 will win a pair of tickets to St. Patty's party at Cannery Hall on Sunday, March 16th. The VIP ticket, if you get upgraded to that, includes drink tokens, free food, free parking, VIP lounge, and a VIP bathroom and a swag bag. Celebrating 30 years as Nashville and Belfast being sister cities, includes Irish food, Irish whiskey tasting, Irish music, Irish dancers, cooking demonstrations, and much more. Caller number 3 at 615-737-1025. Now we will continue the free agent talk and also airport names coming up in hour number 2. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game on this Tuesday. NFL free agency, the legal tampering period continues, and another quarterback is off the board. Daniel Jones, who, of course, previously with the Giants and the Vikings, is finalizing a 1-year, $14 million deal with the Indianapolis Colts. That, according to Adam Schefter and others, Jones had a chance to return to Minnesota, but now becomes a challenger to the Colts' former first-round pick, Anthony Richardson.
Man. All right. So good. The Colts are a disaster. All right. That's good to know going forward.
Yeah.
But you got me, man. You on the Aaron Rodgers thing, you threw something out during the break, which I had not thought about, which I think is perfect. And I'm okay now that he's not coming here because you say, and I'm with you.
Well, Minnesota, I mean, are they going J.J. McCarthy? I mean, do they really want to do that? They've been linked to a lot of quarterbacks. They wanted to bring Daniel Jones back to compete. He had been the backup to Darnold. They were in on a couple others, but there was a rumor yesterday that they have not ruled out Aaron Rodgers. How funny would that be that if Aaron Rodgers were to sign in Minnesota, he would have followed Brett Favre's path almost perfectly. Favre only played 1 year with the Jets. Aaron technically it was 1 year, but it was 2.
Sure.
Because of the injury. But Green Bay to the Jets to the Vikings.
You got something there. Plus, they just signed the left tackle, right? Left tackle from the Colts,
Yep.
Will Freeze. All right. So you're protected. You got the best receiver
guard.
in football. He's a guard.
Yeah.
Will Freeze is a guard.
Yeah.
I should look more at things that are going on.
That's a funny jersey.
Oh yes. but good for the Vikings if that's where you can't just throw J.J. McCarthy out there. I mean, you could see. I mean, you think he's great. Harbaugh thought he was great at Michigan and kind of drove his price up a little bit, but that'd be good. Aaron Rodgers. You play the Packers twice a year. You say you own the Bears. You're back in that division, and then you've had some battles with the Lions throughout the years. It'd be perfect. That's fun. The Vikings go for it. They freed a lot of money up by letting Sam Darnold go, and
Yeah.
there you have it.
That quarterback battle is going to be interesting because, I mean, they both aren't very good, but I'd probably lean Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Daniel Jones had one good game in his career and got him $40 million.
Yeah.
But Richardson, I know people thought he was the greatest. He's not good.
No, he's not.
He's just not good.
1 year, $14 million, 13.15 of that is guaranteed.
See, no, that's big quarterback, folks, or a pitcher. Don't be an offensive lineman. You just get beat up, and that's
why
it.
not just guarantee? If you're only gonna, why not just guarantee the whole thing at this point?
That's a good point. I don't know. They're going to save $875,000 by not doing that.
Like what?
Yeah, I just good for them. I mean, everything's going on. I mean, the Texans have made a lot of moves. They might not have a good offense, but they're going to have a damn good defense next year. I know that from some of the signings they got going on. They got the cornerback from the Jets who came over in the trade, who's really good. Didn't get a lot of name notice because he played opposite Sauce Gardner. So they're going to be good defensive-wise. Offense, I'm not so sure, but that's okay. I mean, you can win championships on defense. It's been done before. But as far as the Titans right now, there's no new news that's going on. And stay here all day long if it happens. I was listening to DVD when the Dan Moa Jr. came down, and then I listened to Stillman at 2. So it was a lot of good information there.
On Twitter or on X right now, Dan Orlovsky says, that's a lot of money for a chance to start. Richardson asked for a trade. Booger McFarland replies, who is trading anything of significance for Anthony Richardson? Stop it. He's right.
CFL maybe?
Yeah, I mean, he's
someplace up
he's
there?
not good.
You got drunk on his combine skills. And
Stillman was one of those people. And I remember telling Stillman when the Titans didn't take him at the draft and he was all been out of shape about that. I'm like, dude, nope. You're the only one that wanted him.
Right. And that's the whole thing. But we go back again to beat this thing again at the combine. I mean, I'll never forget when the Titans drafted Chris Henry in 2007. We're like, huh? And the rumor is like the scouts loved him, brought him in, and evidently, allegedly.
I thought Jeff loved him.
No. That what I was told was no. It's kind of like, yeah. And it was like one of the draft guys like, all right, we got him. Now you coach him. And Chris Henry Chris Henry was built like a you-know-what brick house.
Yeah.
He was big, he was strong, he was cut. He was also terrible. And they brought him in because he looked good at the combine. Stop doing this. You have game tape to see what somebody is. Anthony Richards' game tape in Florida was not that great.
No, he was
He
not,
was not that great.
He was not that great.
God.
Somebody on Twitter has now with Daniel Jones in Indianapolis. He is now Indiana Jones.
No, Indiana Jones was good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't name him that.
I like
he hasn't
those
earned that
movies.
right.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
Unless Daniel Jones is playing the Nazis, can knock him out. Indiana Jones always took down the Nazis. The one with Sean Connery, The Last Crusade, that is such a good movie.
I like that one, and that was probably considered the worst of the three, and it was still pretty good.
So good.
The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
The hell was that one?
That was the one that when they brought it back.
Oh,
See, there's two more they've done.
okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I just Raiders.
The last one was really good. I forget what it was called, but the last one was really good.
Was he chasing Nazis?
I think it was the Soviets at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Any movie where they're beating up Nazis is a good movie.
Yeah. Joe Shad is putting, or Tom Pelissero put this out. Aaron Rodgers is not expected to the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy plus a backup. Rodgers to the Steelers or the Giants per Ian Rappaport. Oh, God. No mention of the Titans.
All right, Mac Jones coming to town. Can't wait for this.
Do we think that over at I mean, I don't think they're in on him at all, but do we think over at St. Thomas Sports Park, Chad's like, does anybody have Aaron's agent? Can we get his number? Have y'all found that yet? Can we give him a call?
How much do you think he bosses Borgonzi around?
I don't know.
Hey, like there's a Chick-fil-A around the corner of the facility over there. So like,
Yeah.
hey, Borgonzi, you'll get us some Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, yeah, boss, whatever. He gets it, runs over there and grabs Chick-fil-A and comes back because since his name's mentioned nowhere.
I mean, should I say it?
I don't know what you're gonna say.
Well, I did have the opportunity to meet
Yeah,
Chad Brinker and
Bring
Mike
it up.
Borgonzi, and
you're moving a shaker in this
Coach
town.
was hanging out with Woody and Jim and our crew in the California Closet Suites at the Predators the other night.
Right.
And I look up and I'm like, that's Chad Brinker. And then I look again and it's like, that's Brian Callahan, Mike Borgonzi.
Oh,
So
really? All hanging out?
They were all there.
3 dudes?
Yeah.
Chase, if you would have gone to Borgonzi or Brinker and given him a Nurple, that might have been the greatest moment in Nashville sports history.
They were all very nice. I had not met any of them. I had met Brian a couple times. But
So what's your opening line? Like, hey, what's going on?
no, I was just like, hey, just want to introduce myself. Jason McCabe, Jason Big Joe, 1025. And they're like, oh, yeah, good to meet you. Yeah,
You walk off like,
Who the hell is that guy?
what?
No, they could not have been nicer. So taking a little team bonding thing, I guess is what they were doing.
Let me ask you this. How was the body language of those 3?
Good.
Or hanging out? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
All
good.
right.
There was somebody else there too, but I'm not going to mention his name.
Rand?
He wasn't with them. He just happened to be there. No, it was not Rand.
Rand?
No.
Trotz?
No.
Be a man.
He was busy. It was a player that I'll leave it at that.
A player? Current Titans player?
Yes.
In the suite?
Yes. Not with them though. Just happened to be there.
Well, how big of a suite is this?
It's a big one.
Okay. So, I mean, so,
The club. I keep calling it a suite. It's a
all
club.
right. So did they talk to each other?
Yeah. I mean, they said hi, but he was there doing his own thing.
Will Levis?
No.
Current Titans player?
Yes.
Now, why do you do this to me? Now I'm going to fret over.
It was Jeffrey Simmons. I'll just say it. Jeffrey
Okay.
Simmons.
Why'd you not want to say Jeffrey Simmons?
I
for?
don't know. I don't know if they wanted. Yeah.
He's under
Jeffrey Simmons.
contract. I'm sure
Yeah.
things are good with them.
He's a big hockey goer. I've seen him. At
He did.
more
He's
than
there a
one
lot,
hockey
and I
game.
think I actually said that. I was like, dude, it's cool. You're here all the time. He's like, yeah, I love the press.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Simmons, to me, is like he's not the all pro, but he's a damn good player.
You know
That's
what
fine.
though? Here's the thing, and we we have not held back on him. I think we've been tough on him.
Right.
Because that's what comes with the territory, right? I think there is such a chip on his shoulder that if he harnesses that right, he's going to be a problem. It's just he needs the thing is he needs help. He needs a pass rush, because if you have a pass rush, he becomes a dominant figure up front, like even more dominant than he already is. He
Right.
creates a lot of opportunity for the guys outside to get to the quarterback. That's what you want him to do. That's what you want Sweat to do.
Right.
I think bringing Joseph Day back was a very smart move because he worked well with Jeffrey Simmons.
So the deal with Simmons is, and this gets lost in the translation. I don't want him as a pass rusher.
No, that's not
He
his
is
job.
a run stopper, run stuffer. And again, we go this all the time. The linemen, their job is to keep blockers off the linebackers so linebackers can go downhill and make tackles. With him and Sweat at a high level, when they're getting the push, it's hard to beat those guys.
He's a shift disturber.
There we go.
As Pete Weber likes to say.
That's a good way to put it.
That's what he is. And when he is at his best and you actually have a legitimate pass rush, that front seven's pretty legit.
Love it. Yeah, exactly. Right.
So, so look, we're hard on him, and I know that he hears some of that noise and it bothers him. It's not meant to do that. It's just, look, we're just calling it like it is. I think he's a very good player. I think he needs to be an even better player. And so hopefully that can happen if they get him the right people to work with.
I'm all with you on that one right there.
Whether it's free agency or the draft. So far, the biggest news of the day, quarterback-wise, is Daniel Jones, 1 year, $14 million with the Colts.
I just want to know why you didn't want to drop Jeffrey Simmons' name.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let me ask you this. What beer was Brinker drinking? If you say White Claw, I'm turning my season tickets in.
Well, Yingling was kind of the big one up
Okay.
there, so I think it was that.
All right, good.
That's
Good,
what
good.
I was drinking.
Yeah. If he was drinking like Bartles and James Coolers, I'm done. I am turning my tickets back in. I'm going to find a new team. Speaking of that,
615-737-1025. Yes.
do we need to find you a new team? Or are you going to wait?
Oh, we can revisit that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. We kind of went through this, that I was going to select a new team because the Cowboys sucked and the Titans sucked. So I was going to jump on a bandwagon, and I think I have a number one contender.
Do you want to wait? We talk about it next, but do you want to make the declaration today?
No.
Okay.
No.
right.
This is an ongoing discussion.
All right.
Ongoing discussion.
Right.
Yes, but I have a possible number one contender.
I like it.
Coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Tune in later today to 94.9 The Fan for Vanderbilt baseball as the Commodores take on Valparaiso. Pregame at 4:15, the first pitch at 4:30. Coverage also available on the Game Nashville app and at theGameNashville.com. Chasing Big Joe live today at the Omni Nashville Hotel, a proud sponsor of our show at Bar Lines.
Can I read this from Mike Garafolo about Aaron Rodgers? The
Yes.
Giants have had good conversations with Aaron Rodgers and have let him know they believe he and wide receiver Malik Neighbors would vibe well. Here's the problem I
I
got
don't
with
think
that.
that's crazy.
No, nobody over 40 uses the word vibe. So I just, it's just, this is all just, again, psychobabble garbage again. Would vibe well. Can you imagine that? Sitting down, hey, Chase, I think you and Dr. Crane would vibe well. I'm like, yeah, I don't want the job. Take care. Wouldn't do it.
That's what she said.
Well done. If I'm him, I want to get the hell out of New York because his personality does not vibe with the New York media.
No, but I
I mean,
think
Jets media and Giants media, it's basically the same.
you're right. You're right. No, you're right. All right, Chaser, you're giving up your Cowboys and the Titans. You're going forward in 2025. Now, this is just 1 year thing, or what are you doing?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
For now. And I mean, at least the Cowboys have signed a few people that I've never heard of, unlike last year when they signed nobody. So, there's that. But I'm interviewing with other teams.
Oh, I like
That's
it.
basically how it is. And there is one that has moved into the number one contender spot.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of it has to do with I love their quarterback. Absolutely love the quarterback. But they're making some smart moves. They're bringing some people back. And I think their coach is underrated. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, okay.
I think they're in a really good position. That division's not great. Not very good.
True.
Now, is Carolina on the uptick? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think they got. I
mean,
think Bryce Young's settled in.
I think they looked better at the end of the year.
Right.
So certainly something to pay attention to. Chris Godwin's coming back. They've re-signed him. I know he's coming off a pretty big injury, so that's something to watch. Mike Evans is a bona fide Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
Baker has settled in. He works with that offense. Now I know Liam Cohen's gone, so that'll be something to watch. To see how Baker does with that offense. But they signed Hassan Reddick, who I know is not quite what he used to be back in the day, but I think he's still pretty legit as a pass rusher. So they've added him to that front. And Todd Bowles, I mean, he got his second chance as a head coach, and I think he's made the most of it.
All right. So the Bucks for you.
Yes.
I would get, and this sounds kind of weird, for me, if the Falcons would go back to the red helmets,
Yeah.
I'd hop on the Falcons, man. I think there's something working there.
That was another thing I was going to say about the Bucks. They have one of the best, if not the best, throwback uniforms in the history of the NFL.
I'm up
The
there with you.
creamsicle uniforms are pretty freaking awesome.
So good. Patriots will always be up there if they go back to the Patriot helmet. But I think the Falcons, to me, they're interesting now because I think that's not a bad football team. So, but they got to go back to the red helmets.
So I would like the NFL to do something. We've seen like this kind of influx over the years of the throwback uniforms, which I think is cool, because people love nostalgia.
I love it.
The NFL should do an actual throwback weekend where like they go back to the old shield, with the different script of the NFL,
Mhm.
like Fox and CBS, they go retro, NBC goes retro.
Like graphics as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like go retro graphics, like just go complete throwback. And every team that has a throwback uniform,
Okay.
wears a throwback uniform. The only one that would really, the Texans would be the hard one, but
Right. Remember when the joint practices with Seattle was here and they came out in the old retro?
yeah,
Which is redundant. Their old uniforms, they look fantastic. Man.
right. And I
That's
mean the
so good.
Cowboys, they could wear I think I'm in the minority. I like the white helmet. The Cowboys with the blue star and the white helmet. But I mean their iconic look is what they wear.
Right.
But you could have the Jags and like even with the Titans, like they could wear the old their old Titan uniforms. It doesn't even have to be the Oilers,
Okay.
but I think the Oilers would be cool.
Can we have the dolphin on the Miami Dolphins helmet go
Yeah.
back to being masculine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a part of it too. Like
Yeah,
those old school uniforms.
I like it.
Pat Patriot.
What about one team though? The Commanders.
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, supposedly there's like talk that they could switch back.
There was a lawsuit that was filed by the, excuse me if I get this wrong, like the tribe that the Redskins are named after are like, hey, nobody consulted us.
Right.
We want to go back to the old.
Well, it was like Florida State. The Seminole tribe was like, we considered it an honor. So
yeah, Florida State will always be called the Seminoles. That will always be. They've tried, and that ain't happening down there. So, no, I'm like you. There's a throwback weekend. So you're Bucks, and I'm a little bit on the Falcons right now.
Okay.
I was big on the Dolphins bandwagon until I kept seeing Mike McCarthy get out coached in a lot of games. So I'm not on that. But the Falcons, there's something going there.
Dolphins? Man. You mean Mike McDaniel?
Who'd I say?
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McDaniel. Dadgummit. Yeah, he keeps getting out coached, and so I'm not Dolphins thing no more. But yeah, I'm the Falcons and Buck. We'll play each other twice a year. We'll do throwbacks. I'll come to Bellevue. You come to Dawson.
There needs to be a true throwback weekend though. Like just everything goes retro.
Do you like the Giants when it said Giants or the NY?
Giants.
Yeah, me too.
And they wear those some, but like the it almost looked like a T-shirt, like the blue, and it had like the collar, the outline, and everything. Yeah.
Because I see the giant, those giant
Eagles go
back to the green.
The green. What was the Kelly green?
Kelly green.
Yeah. Eagles go Kelly green. Cowboys can either stay the same or go to their white helmet one, their original uniform. Who else is in that? Redskins could be the Redskins.
Browns don't have to do much.
Browns don't really have to change. Bengals go to the helmet with the Bengals written on it.
Beautiful. The Broncos
go to the Orange Crush
with the big D.
Yep.
They should have that on. Those uniforms are awesome.
Yeah, those are good. Chargers don't really change that much. I'll tell you what the Raiders could do, and they do this some. They could wear the white jerseys with the silver numbers. I love those. You know what I'm talking about?
All right. Your life is on the line right now. The eye patch on the Raider. Which eye is it on? Don't look at my computer.
Left.
Chase McCabe? You are pronounced dead on arrival at 10:27. It's on the right side.
The eye patch?
Yeah.
That's the left.
That's his right eye. You're looking at to the left.
Okay.
You're dead. You can't argue anymore. Dead people can't argue.
But the way you're looking at it, it's the left.
It's the right eye, man. I've lost that question probably 95% of the time.
Yeah, because of what you just said.
Yeah, because you get it I need to know now what's going on. So
615-737-1025. As the big news is Daniel Jones to the Colts. But so here's who's available for the Titans, if anyone, which I'm starting to think they're not. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Mac Jones, Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, Joe Flacco, Cooper Rush, Jacoby Brissett, Drew Lock, Trey Lance, Carson Wentz, and Marcus Mariota.
You didn't mention Kirk Cousins.
Technically he's not available.
True.
He hasn't been released. So
there's no way they signed Mariota. There's no way.
At this point, I'm just kind of wanting it. Just bring in Mariota and Winston and let them duke it out.
Oh,
number 1 and number 2 of the same draft on the same team. How funny would that be?
They know it can't be Winston. It can't be Mariota. If Aaron's not coming here, then just give me Russell Wilson. I mean, you can't If you get Mac Jones, if you have Mac Jones, Will Levis, and Cam Ward battling for your number 1 quarterback, just go start Cam Ward.
Yeah. If they sign Russell, answer this on the other side. If they sign Russell Wilson and draft Cam Ward, could you make yourself be okay with that? We'll discuss that coming up next. Chasing Big Joe live at the Omni 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game. The SEC tournament getting underway tomorrow. Hard to believe. 102.5, 106.3, The Game. Vandy will be the number 12 seed as they take on Texas in the SEC men's basketball tournament. Our coverage beginning at 2 o'clock right here on 102.5, 106.3, The Game. Coverage is also available on the Game Nashville app and thegamenashville.com. So looking forward to seeing what Commodores can do as they begin SEC tournament play at Bridgestone Arena.
Is that game tomorrow on which of our properties?
Right here on 102.5 The Game.
Love it.
Postseason, you're on the game.
Love it. Good. Is that all the way through?
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
Nice.
it is. Per the program director.
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. All right. I asked you this. Russell Wilson, draft Cam Ward. Can you live with that?
Yes. I can. Yeah. I mean, I can.
You don't, I mean, you're kind of like me, so you don't love it,
Right.
but you can live with it. But I'll say this. I'm standing by this. I don't care who they bring in. If they draft the Ward, he does not need to play at least until halfway through the season.
Oh, now you change your tone. It used to be, we'll see you next year.
No.
All right.
I've said sit him from the beginning.
Okay.
I haven't changed my tone.
All right.
What are you saying? Why do you say that?
Because you're like, see you next year. You said that. Like, see him now. Like you said, do what they did with McNair. See you next year.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Well, that's what I mean. That's why I said at least. I'd prefer him to go sit the whole season, but you know, I know they're probably not going to do that. But at least half the season, kind of like what they did with Vince.
Ken Wisenhunt's got a new head coaching job.
The UFL.
The Memphis Showboats.
Nice.
He says, although we haven't been together in the same spot, we've been working together virtually for a number of months to get ready. The biggest challenge is taking the information we've gathered and getting our players to buy into it and work through the techniques of it. I'm impressed with how guys have looked on the field. Showboats head coach Ken Wisenhunt. They're going to go 0-12.
I think he might have been there. I don't remember though. I don't know.
Showboats head Ken Wisenhunt. It's not even a. Okay. All right. Sorry, man.
What a terrible coach.
Terrible person,
Yeah,
too.
just a
So rude.
jerk.
That's nuts. He was.
He was. I mean,
He was not pleasant to be around.
I mean,
all.
former players didn't feel welcome. He basically ran them out of the building. Didn't want any of them there. You know, it was just yeah.
They couldn't stand him.
Yep.
Bring gas.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, no,
Pretty
I'd be
much
happy with Russell, Cam Ward, but here again, the one person you got to convince to sit him,
Amy Adams Strong.
Amy Adams,
But
despite what Rex Road says.
But I would look at this exactly what it was with Hasselbeck and Locker. That first year, they did it right. Locker didn't sniff the field. I mean, I think he may have come in on some spot duty,
Right.
but that I don't care if you're taking him number one overall. If you got Russell Wilson, which he is what he is at this point in his career, you basically are saying it's Alex Smith. You're going Russell for at least this year, and then if you feel like Cam's ready, then you give him the keys to the car next year.
All right, I'm with you.
But you sit him for a year.
And I think with Russell, his thing was, and Pittsburgh was, like Aaron in New York, Russell Wilson did not want to be remembered for what happened in Denver. So now do we even think about Denver and Russell Wilson? We don't.
No.
It's like, hey, Seattle, and then last year, Pittsburgh, they paid him $1 million, whatever it was, something cheap. He got him to the playoffs. You don't even think about Denver. And that's like with
Did
Russell.
he get him to the playoffs?
Last year, yeah. They got beat by the Ravens in the first round.
Yeah, that's right.
So, that's with Aaron Rodgers. You get to another place where you can do good and maybe get a team to play. You're not going to remember the Jets. You're going to remember what you've done. So now that he's out of the Vikings picture and now allegedly the Giants and the Steelers are looking at him, he's got some good options to go forward. I'd go to Pittsburgh if you had those two. But easiest route to get to the playoffs is going to come here. And then hope that they can plug some guys around you and just come here and have fun, because the expectations are so low if you come to Nashville that, like, well, he's doing the best he can to get in there and come here and have fun. And next thing you know, you're in the playoffs. Again, it's got to be better than 3 teams. I think he could do that if they get Aaron Rodgers. Nothing's happening.
But I don't think they're going to do that.
I know.
So
It's like it's almost too quiet right now in the free agent
quiet.
world.
Too quiet.
And look at there goes Pedal Tavern, and nobody's pedaling.
No, they're not. Jonathan in East Nashville says at least we'll get to see coverage of Sierra at the games.
Oh, right? Yeah.
What if they get Wilson and don't draft a quarterback? I hate that.
Then it's Levis and
Russell Wilson.
Well, if that's not okay, then trade one out to some other team and gobble up draft picks.
Yeah.
Then you go forward, look at your quarterback for next year. That's what you do.
Yeah. By the way, you said Big D, and Michael Madison said this is a family program.
That's what she said.
Right.
Thank you, Michael.
No, the Broncos should go back to the Big D on the helmet. They should.
Yeah. The Orange Crush.
The rumor was they went to the Mustang. The Bronco. God, Joe, you'd never make it on Yellowstone. Is that Pat Bowlen, the owner, was like, all right, if I don't get a new stadium, we might move. That way, if you move, the helmet's of a Bronco and not a D for Denver.
Yep.
But those uniforms are sweet.
They wore them last year, and I was like, oh, yes. Thank you.
You're right.
So very, very good. But we will keep you updated on free agency as the day goes along. I'm sure at 11:05 something will break.
Of course it does.
But
it'll break or somebody dies.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it's just news breaking.
Yes.
But coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays here on Chasing Big Joe. And by the way, our Nashville's best deal of the week, I want to tell you about that if I can find the script, which I cannot do. Here it is Boom Boss, one of our favorites, pizza and watch bar. Just in time for the SEC tournament, score half off a $30 gift card and enjoy their award-winning pizza and handcrafted beverages. Visit them in Nashville, Spring Hill, or Murfreesboro. Visit theGamenashville.com/deals while supplies last. Tune in to 102.5, 106.3 The Game for updates on the SEC men's basketball tournament Wednesday through Friday, presented by Toyota. Also brought to you by Guinness, thenewcumberland.com, Volunteer Hose and Gasket, and Sloan's Motorcycle ATV. Back here at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, about to open up. So come on here and have some lunch.
It's going to be nice outside today.
It's 78. something like that.
78.
Love it. I yesterday on my day off when I was speaking to the folks about cloud certification,
How'd that go, by the way?
it was great. It was good. I drove around with the sunroof open. It was very nice. Wind blowing in my hair.
Sunroofs are so underrated.
I'd never had one until this car, and I will never go back.
I had Jeep, and I took the top off. It was a nightmare. I'll never own a Jeep again. But sunroofs, you just press the button, man, and it zip, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I want to faux show.
Faux show. With that, let's get to what day is it in celebrity birthdays. Oh, yeah. That's my cue. Brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc., above and beyond industry standards, commercial plumbing and HVAC, all forms of HVAC units, commercial refrigeration, grease trap cleaning. Just visit them at jarrettcompaniesinc.com.
All right, gentlemen. On the list today, we have Debunking Day. So, those ghost hunters that debunk things. Let's see. Dreams Day. So you can dream about something after the show.
Every day.
Johnny Appleseed Day. Was a big Johnny Appleseed guy back in grade school. That was fun.
Wait, was he the guy that shot the arrow off the head of a guy with an apple?
No,
I don't believe so,
I
Joe.
don't think so. No.
I
Or was
remember-
that Fig Newton? Was that Fig Newton
I
who
think
did
it was
that?
Fig Newton.
Let's see. Continuing National Eat Your Noodles Day. If you have,
Watch it now. Family show.
I'm just saying, eat some noodles.
Buttered noodles?
That
Ooh,
you-
that sounds good.
does sound good. Some Romano cheese on top of that. Let's see. National 311 Day.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I'm not. National National
That's-
Organize Your Home Office Day.
Good Lord, man. Come on. What the heck is going
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, we know. That's what makes it funny.
National Promposal Day. So if you had a prom or something, I don't know. It has a
Oh,
dash.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a thing now. We didn't do that.
I was
it's just
forced
like, hey,
to
you
go
want
to
to go?
prom. I did not want to go.
Forced.
Yeah, I was forced. Yep.
That's a story we need to find out about another day.
Yeah. We'll talk about it another time. Let's see.
Prom's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Oatmeal Nut Waffle Day is today. Love is good oatmeal. Let's see. World Plumbing Day is next.
Good Lord.
Let's see. World Day of Muslim Culture, Peace, Dialogue, and Film.
Okay.
Worship of Tools Day to wrap it up. So if you got tools,
Tools?
yeah, it could be kitchen tools or plumbing.
Yeah,
tools.
we get it. We get it. We
Okay.
get what
Like
tools
Tim
are.
the Tool Man Taylor?
Yeah,
Get what tools are there.
that's pretty good.
All right.
we know
Time
a couple.
for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within two. America's favorite game. Our first birthday, Bobby McFerrin. How old is Bobby McFerrin? Don't worry. Be happy, baby.
77.
65.
75. Bobby McFerrin, chase up one nada. Good job. I'm going to play that song today. It's because I
Don't
can.
worry.
Actress Alex Kingston. She was Mark Green's wife on ER. She
Oh,
had
yeah.
the British accent.
Yeah. 67.
70.
62. Here's how one song can make you famous and a lot of money. Lisa Loeb. How old is Lisa Loeb?
62.
She's pretty.
58.
57. It's a great song too, man. All right. Who's this guy? Terrence Howard.
Oh, wow.
The great actor Terrence. I think an Iron Man or one of those
He was in
nerd
the first
movies.
one, yeah.
Okay.
56.
50.
56 exactly. Chase up 3-1. Johnny Knoxville. I'm a big Johnny Knoxville fan. He makes me laugh.
He's funny. 54.
50.
54 exactly. Chase up 5-1. Thora Birch, the actress, the great actress Thora Birch.
Where was she in?
Mayfair Witches.
72.
63.
43.
Nice.
Hey, guys, good job there on that one. It's going down here. She's cute. Don't know what she's in, though. TV journalist Sam Donaldson. Kevin Nealon used to play him
Yeah.
perfectly in SNL.
Yeah. 70.
72.
91.
Jeez.
Accordionist Flaco Jimenez of the Texas Tornadoes. It's a
Joe
great
Flacco?
band. Joe Flacco Jimenez. The Texas Tornado. He's an accordionist.
I'm gonna say 73.
77.
86 years old. Let's see what else we got here. Go down. Oh, country singer Jimmy Fortune of the Statler Brothers lives here in Nashville. Hey, Jimmy.
78.
70.
70 exactly.
Oh.
5-3. Good job. The great actor, director Peter Berg. He did Friday Night Lights.
There's a bird in here. I'm gonna say 64.
65.
63. That's a push. I like this. This is good. Chased up 5-3. The brothers of Good Charlotte, Joel and Benji Madden. How old are they?
47.
44.
46. Chase up 6-3. All right, sports birthdays. The center fielder for the Big Red Machine, Cesar Geronimo. How old is he today?
79.
82.
78. Chase up 7-3. John Thompson the third, not the dad, but the third.
44.
63.
59. Bobby Abreu, baseball player.
54.
59.
51. Down to the final two. He's from Columbia, Tennessee, former Atlanta Brave, Dan Ugla.
Dan Ugla is 45.
48.
45 exactly. Chase up 9-3. Chase get double digits, be like only the sixth time ever on the show. Anthony Davis, AD. Today's his birthday. Maybe he'll play again soon.
Doubtful. 33.
32.
32 exactly.
Oh.
9-5. Chase wins. Well done, Chase. Welcome back, buddy.
925. Thank you. Brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc. Above and beyond industry standards. Visit them at jarrettcompaniesinc.com.
As we leave every show, to our guys out there, know that we love you. If you're struggling, we'll make it simple. Please talk to somebody. On your cell phone, you could dial and call or text 988. Somebody's always there to talk to you. This weekend, I had to go to a funeral service for a good friend of mine from high school that passed away due to mental health. We miss him. We love him. And we're all left wondering, what could we have done? What could we have done to help him out? And the answer, we don't know. But we do know that if he had called us, we would have talked and we would have been there for him. So be there for each other. Know that we love you more than anything else in the world. God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD is coming up next. I'll keep you updated on all the free agency stuff. 102.5, 106.3, The Game.